Alright, hello guys, how's it going? In today's video, we're going to be talking about how things could begin to get really stormy in a hurry. For today's comment of the day, I want to know, do you enjoy a summertime stormy pattern that's kind of rainy, or would you rather it just be hot and sunny all the time? I asked a pretty similar question yesterday, and I was very interested by the results, so I'm asking a pretty similar question, just more about rain this time. Anyway, leave a comment down below and I'll be picking one of those for tomorrow's video. There's going to be a lot of rain on the way, guys. Let's just take a look here at the total rainfall, and usually I'd save this for the end of the video, but I'm going to talk all about how this rain is coming and when it's coming within the video, so stay tuned for all of those things. If you're anywhere in the reds and oranges, you're looking at over, or even the yellows, so basically if you're above the blue in that yellow shade or more, you're looking at an inch or more from now through July 12th, okay? But if you're in the reds, you're taking a look at about 2 to 4 inches of rain, which is most of the areas in the eastern half of the country. If you're in the browns, you're taking a look at about 5 inches plus. And you see down there for Texas and Louisiana where it gets kind of blue, that's where you're 10 inches plus from now through the 12th of July. So this is a lot of rainfall on the way, guys. We're going to see a ton. Most of these areas average a few inches of rain per month. So to be seeing, 6 to 10 or even more than 10 is just crazy. Taking a look at maybe about 15 days or half a month approximately, to see this much rainfall is quite a bit, not going to lie. So let's just take a look at this storminess. It's going to come pretty steadily, so it's not just going to be all at once. It's going to be over the course of many different days. And we're taking a look first off at this morning. So this is earlier. It's probably already raining for the plains, the Ohio Valley, or at least there's some scattered storminess in those areas already bringing rainfall. So this isn't just something that's upcoming. This is something that is already ongoing. It's just going to continue to happen over the next 15 days or so, like I mentioned before. As we move towards this will maybe be Monday evening that's going to be June 28th, or just a few days from now. And that's going to be, when this storminess is still kind of around for very similar regions. We do see that the south central United States is getting in on a lot of that rainfall. Also the plains, the Ohio Valley, and the northeast a little bit. The southeast is a little bit shielded from this so far. And notice how dry the west is. I feel bad for you guys out there because it is going to be so hot, so hot, and not even cloudy. And that's just not even going to help. So it's going to be just really dry and really hot. Matter of fact, here's a temperature anomaly chart, and it looks worse than I originally anticipated. First off, the south central United States and central United States is very cool, and I think this has a lot to do with that cloud cover coming with this storminess, so that's not going to help at all. The East Coast is a little bit warmer than normal by this point, but look up to the northwest. We see the Browns. The Browns is already at about 15 to 30 degrees above normal, but it's those kind of reddish pinkish colors in there. That's where we're 35 to 50 degrees above normal. And I can tell you that some of those areas there in Washington are 40 to 50 degrees or more above normal by this point. So this is just going to be incredible. So imagine this. If your average, let's say it's like the wintertime and you live in, I don't know, one of the southeast states, your average high temperature might be about 50 degrees. If you were taking a look at 50 degree above normal temperatures, you would be at 100 degrees. So just to give you an example of how insane that departure from normal is, it would be like a winter high temperature being 100 degrees, which is absolutely out of control. So I don't know how high their temperature average is up there in Washington and the coast of Canada there, but I can imagine that this is going to be very hot. That's all I can tell you. Let's just take a look in just a moment at a lot more of that storminess that's going to be ongoing. And we're going to continue to update you guys on the temperature pattern here and there as well. So we're going to take a look at all of those things in just a moment. All right, now here we are taking a look at about the afternoon hours of Thursday, July 1st. And now we're into July, and the storminess will not nearly be coming to an end by this point because we still have a lot of that storminess there for the central regions of the United States, and then even in through the northeastern corner there, a lot of the Ohio Valley, the Mid-Atlantic, the Northeast a little bit, and even the Great Lakes as well, all dealing with some general storminess. Probably a lot of thunderstorms are going to be pretty frequent over the next 2 weeks, I would say. So to close out June, to begin July, and maybe even reaching towards the middle portion of July, we'll be in a pretty similar pattern to this. Let's just take this towards about the morning hours of July 2nd, and as you can see, we do get a pretty decent cold front here, and we can picture that. It's from Texas up through Louisiana, Mississippi, Tennessee, Kentucky, West Virginia, Ohio border maybe, then up through Pennsylvania, and then into New England as well. So we could picture that cold front right there if you just take that in a linear storm mode. We do have a linear storm mode, it appears. And then by the time we're reaching the morning hour of Saturday, July 3rd, it appears this cold front has pushed further south and further east. You could tell it's reaching the Gulf Coast and possibly the East Coast by this point. By the time we're reaching the afternoon hours, just a few hours later, you can see it's reached even closer to the East Coast by this point. I would imagine this might even bring a severe weather threat with it as well, considering how potent this cold front seems like it might be. This is pretty far out, so our confidence isn't the highest it could possibly be, but it appears like all the models are on board with a pretty decent cold front coming in at some point to begin July. And here is that temperature anomaly chart, and you can totally tell a cold front has come through. The greens are anywhere from about 10 to 15 degrees below normal, and this is the high temperatures on Saturday, by the way, so you might know what your average high temperature is. This will be about 10 to 15 degrees below that number in the green shades, and then in those blue shades within the green there, that's where you're 15 to 30 degrees below normal. So for a lot of northern Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, Ohio, West Virginia, Virginia, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and even up through southern New England as well, we're all taking a look at a pretty decent departure from normal. If your average temperature is, let's say your average temperature is about 85. I mean, you're taking a look at easily well down into the 70s, maybe even upper 60s for some of these regions if your average temperature was 85. So that is a pretty decent departure from normal. Also, this is when that storm is going to be right over the eastern United States, because as you can see on our cyclonic vorticity, we have something very huge, a monster storm forming here at some point. The European model has it more over the north central United States into the plains. The GFS model actually takes us more into the Ohio Valley and the eastern United States. The one thing that stands true, though, is that they both have it at some point, and that's the important thing. So I feel quite confident there will be a very strong storm at some point. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to move on, and we're going to continue on with this storminess through the middle portion of July. All right, now here we are taking a look here at the kind of early morning hours of Tuesday, July 2nd. And as you can see, we still just have this storminess around for the eastern United States. That warm is trying to fight back from the Gulf here. As you can see, once we're taking a look at these temperature anomalies on the same frame, again, early morning hours on Tuesday, July 6th there, we can see that we have near normal conditions for the Gulf states and the East Coast. So that big cool down isn't going to last too long, as expected during the summer. You know, you don't expect to see a huge cool down last for weeks or anything like that. As you can see, the storminess continues on through the early morning hours of Wednesday, July 7th. Here's Friday, this might be the later hours of Thursday there on July 8th. We can see that there is just some storminess still around. It's generally coming towards an end, though, by this point. So let's just take a look at the total rainfall now for the entire United States, just to kind of recap this. And as you can see, again, those reds and browns is where most of that rainfall is going to occur. That's where I would say we're already at about above average rainfall for this time period. Even the oranges, you know. But let's zoom into the eastern United States, where we'll be able to see some actual numbers on the screen so you can kind of picture how much you might get. And as you can see, most of these areas within this frame are expecting 1 inch or more. That's pretty much with the exception of eastern North Carolina and Virginia, which that might not even be the case. That's a pretty specific region, obviously, and then Minnesota and the upper peninsula of Michigan there as well. So that's two oddly specific regions where this model just has the rain dodging a little bit, but I would say it's more likely than not that pretty much everywhere in here gets 1 inch or more between now and the 12th of July. But you can tell that the overwhelming majority of regions within here have 2, 3, 4, or even 5 inches of rainfall expected, especially if you're in the Ohio Valley, the Northeast, or down there by the Gulf states. You're expecting 5 inches plus, maybe even significantly more over the next, 15 days or so. Anyway, guys, I want to thank all of you for watching this video. Let's get right into our confidence tab. We're at a 5 out of 6 today. I feel pretty good about this stormy pattern coming up because all the models show it, and they don't really show it ending anytime soon. So I feel very confident that we're going to be in a long-term stormy pattern here in the eastern half of the country. For today's comment of the day, I asked you guys, how do you prefer the summer to go? Do you like it being, pretty cool compared to normal like we've been dealing with, or do you prefer a very hot summer? And 55 points said summer should have a few hot spells, but average to slightly cooler temperatures is fine with me. And it looks like a lot of you agreed, as you can see, and I certainly think that sounds good to me as well. Anyway, for today's patron highlight of the day, I want to thank you all for supporting the channel, but especially our platinum patrons, John Bembenek, James Wade, Dovi Nagel, Literally the Panadonna Carnes, alongside our diamond patrons, Bill Roberts, Marcus Connolly, Noah Harley, Michael Codalessa, Catbite, Charles Stinnett, Cindy Klein, Mark J, Luke Valegos, Gary, John Quilisi, Dwight Phelan, and Steven Crenenthal. If you would like to be a part of this Patreon screen today, you can do so by joining our very exciting Patreon page in the description and in the pinned comments down below. I'd also like to thank our channel members Hair Farms 1 and Catbite as well. If you'd like to join that one, it'll be next to that subscribe button down below. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Be sure to destroy the like button, leave a comment down below. Those two things help out tremendously. And also be sure to subscribe if you like weather-related content. I will see you guys in the next video.